Friends, welcome here to Ojo Vijnana Bhairava. This is Siva Sutra meditation 59. What does it says? Oh beloved, oh beloved. Here, beloved means what? Lover, wife, or husband. Anything beloved, a person whom you love more. Oh beloved, put attention neither on pleasure. Pleasure means what? The happiness you get. Don't pay attention neither on pleasure nor on pain. Pain means what? Headache, suffering, all those things. But between these. Oh beloved, put attention neither on pleasure nor on pain, but between these. So, we have come here to the 59th meditation technique. Mind is such a confusing thing, isn't it? It appears to be so, but it is not so when you try to practice and mold and change and you commit yourself for changing. See, in this world, everything are like polar, isn't it? Happiness, what is the opposite of happiness? Unhappiness. Pain is there, what is the opposite? Pleasure is there, isn't it? Suffering, then one other, enjoying. So each one has its own polarity. Like love, what is the opposite of love? Hate. So the mind, what happens, it keeps going on from happiness to unhappiness, from pain to pleasure, from love to hate. It goes on moving, polarity. Just like a old clock, the pendulum. The pendulum moves to the left, move to the right. Here the mind always moves to the opposites, polars. It goes with the pleasure, then immediately it comes and goes to the pain. The mind keeps on going. It never stands in between. It always moves, either you want to the pleasure, then it goes to the pain, and it goes to the pleasure, then it goes to the pain. It never sticks in between. This is the most important thing. Either the mind is identified with the pleasure or the mind is identified with the pain. You feel so happy, next immediately you feel so sad. See, as the pendulum moves towards the happiness, what happened? It moves to right, what happens? It is gathering energy to move to the left. The pendulum, the watch, it moves tick, 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 tick. As it moves to the left, it is gathering energy to move to the right. Then moving to the right, it goes to the left. Like that the mind keeps moving from happiness, pain, never in between. See, in villages you see mothers, usually they tell the child, when child is laughing, keeps on laughing, the mother says, you are laughing too much, soon you are going to cry. So stop laughing, control your laugh. Have you noticed that? In villages, the mothers, when they see the child keeps on laughing, laughing, laughing. The mother says, you are laughing too much, you may cry, so stop laughing. Same thing also, when the child is crying, what happens? The mother, what she does? She never allows the boy to cry. Suddenly they try to stop him. They try to bribe him, they try to convince him, they try to console him to just stop crying. So what happens? He won't be able to move towards the happiness. He is blocked. So when pain comes, they are trying to stop. When he is suffering, they are trying to stop. As they stop, what happens? He won't be able to be in full happy mood. He will be half smiling, half happiness. The totality is a confusion. So scientists, psychologists say, when the child is crying, allow him to cry as much as he wants. Don't try to stop him. Like that, my dear friends. Here this Sutra says, so beloved, put attention neither on pleasure nor on pain, but between. So our mind has a tendency, suppose you get pain, headache, physical pain, torture, sadness. What is your mind trying to do over there? It wants to escape from that, isn't it? Immediately. You don't want to suffer. So immediately you want to escape. When happiness is there, what happens? What will your mind do? Always you want to stick to happiness. You don't want to go in for sadness. That is the natural attitude of the mind. The dust-filled mind or confused mind. This mind always says what? When pain is there, you want to escape from the pain. When happiness is there, you want to stick to the happiness. So this meditation says, when pain is there, allow the pain. Just be a witness to the pain. Be in the middle and watch the pain. When happiness is there, don't try to stick on with the happiness. Don't have an attitude to stick on with the happiness and to avoid unhappiness. Just be a witness. Just see how the happiness is. Just like you going in a hill top, seeing the sunrise. You know, when the sun is rising, morning, evening is going to come, isn't it? You cannot stop. You cannot stay fully on the sun daytime. You have to come to the night. As the day sun rises, you know the sun is going to set. As the sun is setting, you know it is going to rise again, once again in the next day morning. As rain comes, you know, sun also will come. As it is very hot summer, you know, winter will come. So like that, you just don't try to stop, don't try to avoid pain, and don't try to cling or attach to happiness. You just be in the middle path. So once you are happy, you know there is unhappiness hidden inside the happiness. Once you are feeling very, very happy, you also should know there is unhappiness inside that. It is going to come. So just be a witness. And once your body is fully pain, or you are suffering in business loss or whatever it is, you understand there is pleasure is also going to come. You are going to be all right sooner or later. So you just be a witness, to be in the middle. Once you are a witness, once you are in the middle, when happiness is there, you are just observing, just watching, just like an outsider. And when pain is there, even that you are watching, just like sun is rising and sun is setting, just like darkness and brightness, just like a winter and summer. You are just watching, you are just being a witness. Don't get identified with that pleasure and stick to that. Don't try to avoid and get away from the pain. You just be in the middle. As the pendulum moves, your mind should not move with the pleasure and pain. See, mind is like a camera. If you move with the camera and take shots, what happens? Video camera, all the pictures will be disturbed and confused, isn't it? So the camera should be located in a perfect place. And if you shoot, all the sceneries, all the beautiful pictures will be in perfect order. So the mind should not move with the pleasure. The mind should not move with the pain. The mind should be a witness as a third person. So this philosophy says, this meditation says, be in the middle and just be a witness. So Buddha says this philosophy as Majjhim Nikaya. Majjhim Nikaya. What do you mean by Majjhim Nikaya in Buddha's philosophy? Buddha says, be in the middle. Be as a witness. Don't move with the pleasure and pain. See, for example, you don't have a job, you are suffering, pain is there. So don't try to get away from that immediately. Once you want to get away from that immediately, you have to go in for drugs. You go for drinks. You torture yourself. Don't be. Just be a witness. Think that when you are suffering without job, without money, with tortures, with insults, there is always something, beauty is underneath it. You will be going to the opposite side. Just like night is there, day will come. One beautiful thing is going to come. Once, okay, you get a nice job, you get a good salary, you are well settled, you are happy. Think under that happiness, there is unhappiness is there. Don't try to stick with that happiness. You just be a witness to all those things, because unhappiness is bound to come. So the problem happens here is when pleasure is there, you want to stick on with the pleasure. And when pain is there, you want to avoid and get away from the pain. So this is the ordinary mind which functions in such a way. So here, this meditation says, O beloved, put attention neither on pleasure nor pain, but between these. So able to understand this philosophy. Two polarities are there, everything. Anything, any emotion you take. You are so happy with your wife or lover, so happy, so happy. Always you want that happiness to be with you. But as days change, that love can change into hate. So it moves on to the other direction. So you should expect, okay, under this love something in future is going to happen, that hate is going to come. When you try not to have that hate, only love feeling should be there, only the happy feeling should be there, then you are, what happens? Your mind gets confused. Your mind is always in such a state that you want to have all the positives. Okay, when hate comes, you want to immediately remove it and get away from the hate. Immediately you want to jump to love. You want to be repulsive against hate. You want to avoid the hate. Don't try to avoid the hate. Don't try to avoid the pain. Don't try to repulse the suffering. Accept it and just be a witness. When a headache comes, you just see the headache, meditate on it. When happiness comes, you just be a witness and see the happiness as a third person watching. As you watch the sun is rising and as you watch the sun is setting, as you watch the darkness and as you watch the daytime. For every night, day is there. For every day, night is there. Just like that, you just be a witness. Because you cannot change. You cannot say, I should be only with the day. Night has to come. During night, what happened? For every morning, there is a evening. For every evening, there is a night. And for every night, there is a morning. So it keeps on going. So the emotions keeps on changing. If the ordinary mind is always trying to stick to one particular emotion and just want to avoid the negative emotion immediately. So what happens? The repulsing the negative things, repulsing the negative emotion and identifying and clinging and attached towards the good things, it creates what? Confusion. Your mind creates confusion. So your whole being gets distorted. So this is what, put attention neither on pleasure nor pain. Don't put attention neither on pleasure or pain, but between these, be in the middle. This is what this sutra says. Hope you are able to understand.